Hi guys, this is EnemyBritBomber, bringing you an achievement guide for Beyond Epic, Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor for getting a level 30 rune in the new DLC, The Bright Lord. It's fairly simple. It's basically the same as the original campaign, level 25 achievement rune. There's the achievement there, 30 gamer score. Gonna get Beyond Epic today. That's how we roll. Basically what you want to do, you want to start it up, test the ring. When you start it up, what you want to do is you want to look around for your intel, your little green intel locations anywhere on the map, because you want to pick up those to basically unlock your captains and warchiefs without too much trouble. I mean, what you can do also is just look around, and if you happen to see a captain straight away, go ahead and go down and fight him and then dominate him, and use him as the intel, as you'll see that comes up here in the video. This is a commentary after. It's not a live commentary. So yeah, basically I came for this green one over here, and when I mounted the grog it was gone. And right here, as you see, as I was saying about the captains, we're gonna go ahead and grab him and use him. I won't be talking the entire time because letting you guys see what's on the screen is the better thing to do. But just giving a whole rundown of the whole situation, what you want to do is you want to get enough intel to unlock a Warchief or two, and then a few more intel to use on the top row of captains right under the Warchief until you find a captain with a fear of Caragors. Personally, that is the one that I believe to be the easiest exploit to use, because even if you have a bunch of the bodyguards with your Warchief, the Caragors usually take up those guys and let you run after your Warchief that's running away from the Caragors, just so that you're not really in the middle of yourself getting Caragors. But I'm pretty sure on this playthrough I actually do get in the middle with them. Yeah, so just getting some more intel here. If you can't find a guy in that top row, you just find a guy lower down, and you're just gonna have to level him up a bit more. Feared Aussie posted that he was lucky enough to have his captain at a level 24 already that had a fear of Caragors. I don't get that lucky, but that's no problem. It doesn't take too long to get the extra level. As you can see, this guy's not our guy. I'm just gonna pop this guy's head off. He was quite useless in picking our guy. I can tell you right now, the next guy's not our guy as well. But I'm gonna leave this sort of gameplay in just so you can see the whole process, because as you guys know, this game is completely random as to what you're gonna get with these intels and the positionings of the captains. There's our second guy. He's not our guy, but our third time lucky will be. He'll be coming up pretty soon. But yeah, it's completely random as to what goes on and stuff, so that's why I've left everything in so you can see. This wasn't my actual achievement run, obviously. I already had the achievement. This whole thing right here was a bad situation. Pretty sure this guy's a combat master, and You know how they can be pains in the ass. So it takes me a few seconds, then I decide to get on out of there. The only reason I stayed or tried to stay for so long was because of the two guys with intel right there. I thought, you know, that'd be quite nice and quick, but with this captain coming in messing things up, wasn't worth it. You can't even jump on him, and then I learned you can't even do your combos on him, so I was eventually just leave. Decided to get on out of there. Deuces. Talk to you guys later. Again, just checking the map, checking where any intel is. If you can't find any, then just go so that you're hidden and fast travel to one of the towers, and usually you'll have intel around the towers somewhere. And like I say, that's all you're going to do at first, is just run around getting intel. Remember, there is absolutely no time limit on doing this. You can sit here for 8 hours if you wanted trying to get this. Will say though, if it takes you 8 hours to get this, then something's wrong, especially after watching this video. But don't take it personally if it does take you 8 hours. See, this is going to be one of our last intel guys, because the guy we want is coming right up. I'll get rid of his little friend so he's on his own, and just, you know, he lets us walk up and grab him, turn around, and there he is. Third time's the charm. As you can see right there, top thing, fear of Caragors. That's the only thing we needed. That is the main point that we need this for. As going back to the whole setup thing, you want this guy, basically you're going to turn him into a power level 25 Warchief. So the way runes are dropped in level is by a certain number of factors. The base level is always going to be the power level of the captain or Warchief. So him being a power level 25, that's going to be an automatic 25. When he's a Warchief, it's going to get +2, so that's going to mean a 27. We're going to let him kill us, which means he's a revenge target. That'll be an extra +1. Knowing his weaknesses is another +1, and then using his fear of the Caragors is the last +1 to take it to a 30. And this will drop a level 30 every single time, as long as you do all those you don't forget, like to get the intel. Obviously you need the intel to know if he's afraid of Caragor. So you'll actually see in the video, I was so just in auto mode later on that I just jumped straight into the fight and almost forgot to release the Caragors in the last fight there, which wouldn't have been good. Would have had to do it all over again, but I remembered. No worries, guys. You would have seen me in a different video at a different time in a different place, but this one's the one. So now that we've found our guy, we're going to go ahead and take out the Warchief that we unlocked earlier. So you already know how that goes. You just go on ahead to his little mission, do his little prerequisite. This happens to be brutalize his little friend. This guy made it pretty easy, walking out in the middle straight towards us, so we can just do a U-turn right up behind him and give him a nice scratch on the back there. And we just gotta get going in here somewhere and hide, which sometimes can be harder said than done. Right there you'll notice, and I'm pretty sure you guys have probably come across it, how your character just sticks in random places even though you're pressing directions. It doesn't like doing what it's told. So there we go, we get our timer up to stay hidden until the Warchief comes out. Yeah, the process is pretty simple, really. Is you find your captain with a fear of Caragors. Hopefully he's a 24, if not, you know, 23, maybe a 22. The lowest on my achievement run is mine was a 20. He was in the bottom row. Yeah, you just gotta. If he's in the bottom row, middle row, what you need to do is you need to have at least one free spot per row above him open. You can do 2 if you want. That way, when he kills you, he'll rank up into the next row. And then if he's in the bottom row, you might have to die to him a few times just to get him all the way to a Warchief, and then to get him to a 25, a power level 25 Warchief. So as you can see here, I'm just working my way through killing this Warchief. I just checking the map there, make sure it wasn't our guy that had come into the fight, and it wasn't. Any of these fights, or when you pick up these Warchiefs, any of these extra captains, you can kill them if you want. It'll slim the odds on when your Warchief, when your captain actually becomes a Warchief, and him getting his bodyguards. I mean, I say it'll slim the odds. Regardless, when your guy gets promoted to Warchief, he's gonna pick up 2 or 3 bodyguards, sometimes even 4. And so unless you go around killing every other captain, he's always going to have bodyguards, which I would not advise in case you do mess this up. And you can just find one of the other guys that has a fear of Caragors. As I say, you can do the fear of the Morgai flies, fear of burning, anything that has a fear that you can capitalize on. The fear of Grog would work as well. Personally, that's my least favorite choice, just because of accessibility. Although, if you do use a fear of Grog, when you show up, that's the only thing, is you have to bring one or be near one to attract one. I haven't actually attracted one in this DLC, like Lord of the Hunt. But if you do use a Grog and he's afraid of it, you can just run after him with the Grog and eat him to kill him pretty fast. And pretty safely, but this way works just as good and is my personal preferred method. So what you're going to do right here is, this Warchief's always going to go down on his knee unless you do a finishing move when he's got little health, but I would suggest trying to get him down on his knee. And what I do is dominate him real quick, get intel on a second Warchief just in case. Like I said, you know, if anything goes wrong, is just working up a backup plan. And then after you get the intel, go ahead and pop his head. And then let's just clean up these guys here so that we can fast travel. I was going to go after that guy. Oh no, that's right, I do. Yeah, this is the one I actually do. There was another one, that guy was running away, and I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to chase after him or not, but this guy obviously did. Finish him off, and then those are my guys anyways, but any others would have probably ran away. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look. That's our guy that we need. We're gonna mark him, then we're gonna go and find him. Now, if you've watched this video, if you're watching this video, to then go ahead and, if you've watched the whole video, to go ahead and do it after. Literally, while I'm recording this audio for you guys, at the beginning of the video, you saw that my Lord of the Ring achievement was still, quote, done unlocking. It literally just unlocked in the background. So that's good for me. Actually shows proper 100% on the game. Back to the game though. just going to jump on this Caragor to make it faster to run around. This area I've actually had problems with showing some captains sometimes. That I've run around the entire green area a couple times and not been able to find the captains. It happened to me in the actual in doing the speed run. One of the last captains was in this area, and I had a couple minutes to kill him, and I could not find him until basically a minute after the 60 minutes. So sometimes it can be a bit dodgy there, but if you just grab a Caragor, it makes it easier to go around. And what you want to do on this first encounter is you want to die to him, and it is perfect that he is on his own, because you want him to be the one to kill you. If he's in like a power struggle and you go and help him win, and then he has like another mission, it doesn't matter who you die to, as you see later on when he's a Warchief. When he becomes Warchief, and you see there 24, so I need to get him up one more time. He's picked up 3 bodyguards. Yeah, when he's a Warchief with his bodyguards, because he has that Warchief mission, whether you've got him at a level 22, 23, 24, as long as you show up at that Warchief mission to get him out, you can die by anybody while he's actively there, because it'll count as him staying alive in that mission, and will raise his power anyways. Just because you challenged him and brought him out and then you died, it's going to raise his power. You would seem that, you would think you would be able to get through that little gap right there. So now we're just gonna run on over here to start the mission up. No matter what it is, this is your guy that you've ascended to the throne of Warchief. Now, either he's a level 25 and you can go on to the next part, or he's not a level 25 and you need to die to him one more time, or possibly 2 more times, depending on if he's a 22, 23. You know the drill. I paused it here. I had a quick phone call I had to take care of, and then we're back. So you're just gonna do the Warchief's little mission to get him out of his closet, hide away. This one can actually be pretty annoying. You have to grab one of his supporters and hold him for 20 seconds while he's screaming his head off. And you'll see that sometimes backing up into random stuff will drop him, and then you have to restart it again. I don't think I've actually come across that they've been able to kill him, but you see I start doing a little bit of a zigzag, and it helps them to not hit, and I think I either backed up into something or made me drop him there. So you're just going to keep backing away from everybody, doing a bit of a zigzag, and you'll notice every now and then one of them will miss. I think right here it caused them to miss. There you go, held on to him long enough. Now our guy has arrived with all of his supporters. And as I say, you don't have to die at this point by him, but when he is a captain on his own, you have to die by him. Because if you die by a random Uruk, that random Uruk is going to get the power and then be upgraded. So if you go, what's good is this guy has the no last chance negative effect on him, so if he downs you, he's going to kill you anyways, so you don't have a choice of anything else. But if it's somebody else that downs you and then looks at coming over, you want to do that last chance, get back up and make sure it's our captain that we need. There's my buddy getting in the party. Put me off there for a second a little bit. As you see, as I said earlier, you can die to anybody at this point when he is a Warchief because you've challenged him in the mission. So they will all gain power, which we don't care about the other guys gaining power, except for it might make them a bit tougher in the final fight, but we're not going after them. You see, it starts going through all these guys ranking up, and I just skipped that. There you go. You see, he's a level 25 now, so there's his Fear of Caragors. So we've got his 25, plus 2 for a Warchief, plus 1 for knowing his weaknesses. That's 28. Gonna use his Fear of Caragors. That's 29. And then the fact that he's actually killed us makes him a revenge target, would make the 30. So now we got him to a 25. We're gonna go right back to the same thing. We're gonna locate his mission and start it up, and this time we're actually gonna kill him and get our rune out of him. Say thank you very much. 30 gamer score in the bag. When you guys watch this video, you're going to see how easy it really is. It is basically the same as the main game one for the level 25. Do not use death threats unless you have every single epic rune in the game, which even at this point I was close. I think I only had like 5 or 6 epic runes to go, and I was debating whether or not just to sit there and get the rest of the epic runes out, but I'm not sure if that method is actually guaranteed or if you'll start getting doubles of epic runes, which I highly doubt that they would let that happen. But this is 100% first go, no qualms, no questions asked, level 30, no if and or buts with a death threat. So you're just going to start up his Warchief mission again. And this time, like I say, you're going to kill him. And as I said earlier, you see here I just sort of run straight into the fight, thinking, yeah, I'm going to kill you, get this rune for this video for these guys. And then I realized, oh, I got to release the Caragors. And you'll see me leg it here in a second. Like, yeah, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill you. Oh, and at this point I was like, man, I got myself into a bit of a mix here under the bridge. Can't see. You guys know how those camera angles go. And then this is where I realize, oh man, I got to release the Caragors. And as you see, and as you guys should know, best option to do that is just to go on and get yourself high, turn on your vision, have a look where any meat is, and that'll drop 2 or 3, open 2 or 3 Caragor cages. And then almost straight away you'll see our Warchief's icon turn to green right there, right below us. And as soon as that sort of little cutscene goes, you can then go down and actually start to kill him after all of his little guys' hate of Caragors, hate of Master Suffering, all that stuff. So jump down with him and then start killing him. Like I said, I actually get myself in the middle of the Caragors here. You can wait until he gets further out, but that's taking a chance of him escaping. You don't want that. So just jump down there and do your combat. If you're doing this by now, you know what you're doing with the combat. You're either jumping over people, stunning them. If you actually look, you'll notice I never actually counter with the Y. I can't be bothered with all that nonsense. I just jump over people. So pretty epic fashion, because we're beyond epic to get that execution for our rune. It's like we took his head off and out of his carcass rose our rune. Then after watching the little cutscene of our Warchief that we put in power die, another one gets promoted, one of his followers, we don't care, because right here, right now, you pick up that rune, and as you can see, level 30 rune. Like I said, 100% guaranteed every time. Sorry, going back to the dashboard there. I was trying to snap the achievements and my button got a bit sticky. And that achievement is the one that I have made this guide for. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. Hope it makes your life a lot easier.